Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego, the beautiful Karina, my lovely prometida. And we are waiting for our K1 visa to get adjudicated at the service center in California, USA. I live in the Panhandle of Florida, near Pensacola, north of Navarre Beach. And Karina is from Caracas, Venezuela, and she is a legal resident of Bogota, Colombia. Now, we are waiting for our K1 visa, just like you guys. We're waiting for our NOA2 letter, and then after the NOA2 letter, we're gonna wait for the NBC to contact us for the welcome letter for Karina, and then after that, we're gonna wait for the ready status from the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia. Now, part of the K1 visa process for Karina and for everybody else watching this video in the K1 visa process requires that your beneficiary, in my case Karina, must attend a mandatory interview at the U.S. Embassy in his or her country. And for Karina, she will be attending her mandatory scary interview with the immigration officer in Bogota, Colombia. Come on along, let me go over some of the questions that she may get, which means you might get too. I'm going to go right into it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The first thing your beneficiary should do is review his or her USCIS form I-129F. Read over the entire form, make a copy before you submit your K1 visa to Dallas Lockbox. Make a copy of your entire visa package, including the 13-page I-129F. Okay? Give a copy of this to your beneficiary so she can study it and go over it. Okay? Reading over this form should be part of preparing for your K1 visa interview. Remember, the officer who's going to conduct this K1 visa interview will review it also and will confirm information about your case with your beneficiary from the I-129F. So make sure you give a copy to your beneficiary. Now, if there's been any changes to your I-129F, for example, your passport number has changed, which you're going to, if you got a new passport, okay, no big deal. Just update your DS-160. Let the immigration officer know that you changed your passport. If you changed jobs, Mr. Sponsor, if you moved, anything like that, here's the time you can tell the immigration officer, okay? So, like I said, if there's been any changes since your application, let the officer know at the interview. Now, part of the K1 visa process requires that you, Mr. Beneficiary, attend a mandatory interview. And but what questions are they going to ask you? What should you prepare for? Now, this can be pretty scary, guys. You may be a little bit nervous out there, and that's understandable. But USCIS requires that you know your fiance's background, Miss Beneficiary. You better know all about your sponsor and the intentions of the relationship, okay? Before they approve the petition, they're going to have to know these things, so they're going to ask you these questions. You ready? The most important thing about these visa questions is being honest when you answer the questions, okay? If you don't know the answer to the question, say, sorry ma'am, sorry sir, I don't know the answer to that. And then just close your mouth and wait for the next question. But preparing and studying and reviewing sample questions or watching this video is going to be effective in helping you get ready for this interview, okay? Remember, this interview that you're going to have is not going to be deceptive, okay? Nor is the officer trying to trick you. They're not going to try to trick you. They just want to verify that you are genuinely in love with your sponsor and that you guys are going to get married. So they're going to ask these questions to verify these facts, okay? If your relationship is real, you're good. The questions will be in a, generally it's just an interview, guys, okay? So it's in a question and answer format. Question and answer format. And it won't take any longer than 30 minutes at the most. Immigration officers don't have time. They got people behind you in line, okay? And so they're going to ask you questions. It could be 5 minutes or 30 minutes, and it could go longer only if the immigration officer has more questions. But it's not likely to, okay? So you, Miss Beneficiary, Mr. Beneficiary, will be asked personal information about your background, okay? So here are some questions that could be thrown your way. Question number 1, what is your full name, Mr. Beneficiary, Mr. Beneficiary? What's your date of birth? How old are you? What's your nationality? Karina is from Venezuela. She's Venezuelan. Have you ever been arrested or committed a crime? You gave them the police certificate, so it's going to be no, right? What languages do you speak? Karina speaks Spanish. Where were you born? Karina was born in Venezuela. Are you currently working? If so, what do you do for a living? Yes, Karina is working. She is the manager of ice cream stores. Have you been to the United States? No, Karina's never been to the United States. Do you have family in the United States? No, she doesn't have any family here in the United States. Have you ever applied for a K1 visa in the past? No, this is the first rodeo for Karina. Do you know what to do once your K1 visa is approved? Yes, she knows what to do once her K1 visa is approved. She's going to pack her stuff, say goodbye to family, and then in the United States she's going to adjust her status for her green card. And I made a little video about that. And when do you plan on coming to the United States? Karina will respond, if we have our K1 visa interview, let's say November, December of 2023, Karina will say, well, we're going to celebrate Christmas one more time with the family, and then at the end of December, we're going to travel to the United States. One way, with Tokyo, our cat. Now, immigration is next going to ask you, Miss Beneficiary, Mr. Beneficiary, some questions about your sponsor. So now Karina's sitting in the chair in the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, and they're going to ask her questions about me. What is your fiance's full name? She'll tell them my name. When was my birthday? Where was I born? Okay. What is my favorite hobby? What do I do for work? Right now I'm making YouTube videos. Did I ever attend college? If so, where? Yeah, I went to City Colleges of Chicago when I was in the Navy. Where does your sponsor live, your fiance live? I live in Florida, near Pensacola, north of Navarre Beach. But she will tell the immigration officer the address, okay? What city did I grow up in? Okay? I grew up all over the world. I was a military brat. Have I ever been married in the past? Yeah, I'm divorced. She will know that, okay? They might ask her questions about my ex-wife. No problem. Does your sponsor, me, do I have any children? If so, how many and what are their names? What will be your phone, what is their phone number and address? So if I have any kids, they might ask Karina, where do they live? What's their phone number and what's their address? Okay? And do I live with anyone? They're going to ask that question. No, I live by myself in this big old house waiting for Karina to get here. Other questions for Karina regarding me could be, where did we both meet? Well, the first time we met face-to-face was at El Dorado International Airport in Bogota, Colombia. What was our first date? They might ask that. What do we both enjoy doing together? Well, we love history. We love going to museums. We love going to the beach. So we love climbing and exercising, climbing mountains, exploring, stuff like that. We're a perfect match, guys. We both like exactly the same things. How long have we been together? But by the time the visa interview gets here, we'll be closing in on 3 years. Do you know each other's family? Absolutely. Karina, I know all about, I've met Karina's brothers and I've met her nephews and nieces and everybody. The only person I haven't met is her mom and her dad because they live in Venezuela and I can't go to Venezuela. Did we have an engagement party? Yes, we did. And on December 24th, 2021, our engagement party was in Bogota. And when do you plan on marrying? Well, we plan on marrying in January of 2024. And do we have proof of the wedding? Here is our wedding plans, ladies and gentlemen. We got wedding plans here. Okay? So that's some other questions that you could get. And the consular officer will also ask some questions based on your future plans, okay? And your relationship. Okay? They want to ensure that you plan on marrying your fiancé within 90 days after you enter the United States of America. Remember, dress in business casual, be confident, don't be timid, don't be nervous, don't be hemming and hawing. Be confident, be polite, be respectful. If the immigration officer acts like a jerk and tries to be terse with you and mean with you, don't respond negatively. Maintain your composure. It's all Hollywood. Be calm and respond respectfully. If you don't know the answer to a question, respectfully say, I don't know the answer to that question, I'm sorry. And then wait for the next question. It's no problem, guys. You've got this, okay? You will be just fine. The most important thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is to be honest and to answer every question to the best of your ability, okay? Now, you guys are in love. You should know basic information about each other and your fiancé's background, and you should have no problem at all answering every question. And don't forget, prepare additional documents too. Prepare documents to bring to your visa interview, okay? Ensure that you follow the list. You'll get an email with a checklist of documents that you are required to bring, okay? Read over your K-1 visa interview letter. Okay? You're going to get a letter, an appointment letter. Check over it, read it, study it. Make sure you don't forget anything on the list. And if you have any questions, you can email the embassy with questions. All right? It's not a scary thing. And anyway, guys, we will see you soon in the United States of America with your K-1 visa, K-2 visa in your passports, flying on an airplane to the United States of America, ready to get married to the love of your life and to start your lives here in the USA. And we look forward to that day. We can't wait to see you here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget the live stream, ladies and gentlemen, Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays at 5 p.m. Central Time. Ask me questions live.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. See you later. Bye.